If something is true about Doom the Dark Ages, is that it is filled with environmental storytelling and a ton of foreshadowing. So much in fact, that the more I played, the more I could see how the Dark Age of Doom would come to an end.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I'm just a complete sucker for Doom lore. Because of that, after multiple playthroughs of the Dark Ages, paying a ton of attention to all of these amazing vistas, finding all the little details throughout the campaign, like this Quake 3 Arena logo found on chapter 14, and reading the entire codex of Doom time and time again, I've came up with my own hypothesis of how the DLC, the continuation of Doom the Dark Ages story, will play out. A hypothesis that has been in quotes confirmed by Hugo Motzen, the Dark Ages game director himself.
Yeah, Mr. White!
If you're excited for the Dark Ages DLC, would you kindly leave a huge like? Let's see if this video can reach 10,000 likes for Pink Valley Part 2. And let me know down below in the comments, what do you think will happen in this DLC? Why, you may ask? It's simple, because I read all of your comments and reply as well. It is inevitable.
I understand.
But wait, I need your help, my friends. Just answer this quick question on the comment section. Is Doom Guy already a god on the Dark Ages or not? Just do it. It's for a video I'm working on.
I understand.
With that being said, let's sit down, open the codex, and dive straight back into the Dark Ages. This video was sponsored by Gamersubs. Use code MIDNIGHT to get 10% off of any of these cool things. For every single one of you who uses my code, we get one step closer on getting our very own flavor, Spartan Piss. Thank you so much for the support, and I really hope you enjoy. As I mentioned before, throughout the entire campaign of Doom the Dark Ages, we can find little details in the levels and cinematics that let us know what's going to happen after the ending. And it's not as simple as some fans may believe, as the ending for the base game left a lot of loose ends. In chapter 2 of the campaign, the Hell Priest Ancient Belias tells Princess Rek that the Horde, Hell's legion of demons, is now his to command for the time being, and that he will report his progress of this unholy war against Argentinur and the Sentinel Empire to the High Council of Hell. A subtle way of stating to players that Azrak was never really in charge, as he's nothing but a demon prince with too much ambition who came up with an actual plan to turn this conflict to their favor, which he almost did. Hell's High Council is composed of the Order of the Six archdemon gods who are direct descendants of the primordial Black Heart, meaning that they answer only to Devath, the Dark Lord of Hell. Yet, millions upon billions upon trillions of years before the events of the Dark Ages, the Dark Lord was sealed away on a life sphere by the Father, the divine god of the Maker race, meaning that until the Dark Lord was resurrected on the ancient gods, the 6 archdemons have ruled over all of Hell for an immeasurable amount of time, getting stronger and stronger for each second that passes. They are like the chaos gods of Warhammer 40k.
Say what?
In the last scene of the Dark Ages, we see the Doomslayer within Bishop Creed's ship hovering above Hell itself, with his armor suit mentioning that the targets have been identified. These targets the suit mentions are obviously the 6 archdemons, and the reason why Doomguy is hunting them is more personal than you believe. When Hell invaded our reality in the original Doom, Doomguy lost more than his pet rabbit Daisy, as he was also a husband and a father. His entire life was consumed by the demons, and at the moment Hell invaded Earth, the High Council had and still has the command of Hell's armies.
You take me to him! Take me to the son of a bitch!
In chapter 9, called the Forsaken Plains, right when we enter Hell for the first time in the Dark Ages, we are met with 6 different statues that depict demons of great power and influence, which makes me believe that these are supposed to be the 6 archdemons of Hell. Out of these elder demon gods, we have only met one, kinda. In the art book of Doom Eternal, there's an entire section dedicated to Erebus, the ruler of the sparse city of this and slave master of the souls of the damned. This abomination can be found in the Dark Ages, pretty obviously placed for you and all players to notice it. In this DLC, we will go back to the Umbral Plains in search of the rulers of hell to kill them once and for all. And Hugo Martin has pretty much confirmed that with this.
So when are we hunting down Hell's High Council? Yep, there is a lot of them out there.
That's true.
Yes, science!
Yet, this is not the entirety of this game's future. Besides the 6 archdemon gods, there's also another threat lurking in the shadows, and that is none other than the witch, Ulamir. You may think that Doomguy killed the witch by slicing her in half with a shield saw, and you would be correct. Her death was so significant that it brought Azrak's ship down to the ground, sealing the princess' fate. Yet, her death was nothing but spectacle, as she is still very much alive.
What?
If we take a quick look at her codex entry, it is stated that Ulamir's body is only but a mere vessel, a hollow husk of flesh to give her form and a connection to the physical plane. When that body was destroyed, she only returned to her original state of existence. How exactly does she actually look is still very much a mystery. The cosmic realm is weird, bizarre, and pretty disturbing if you ask me. It's the most unique place we have ever seen in this universe, filled with unexplainable monsters, bizarre architectures, and lots of dread. I adore this place, so much so that I find it hard to believe that this is the only and last time we will ever see it. Come on, id Software, we need more cosmic abominations to rip and tear.
Get me 20 of them.
Now, you may be wondering, why would the witch Ulamir come back when her enemy is the Doomslayer? The answer to this is pretty simple. Vengeance. Ulamir's purpose was to rescue the Old One, the Cosmic Realm's ancient titan, from his prison in Argentina, one that Doomguy not only set free, but killed and humiliated twice. The witch is the leader of a cult of chaos worshippers, one that its purpose lies in bringing back their god. When the Old One was killed by the Doomslayer, Prince Azrak used the dark arts of hell to resurrect a corrupted version of it, imbued with hellish machinery. This moment alone sealed Ulamir's fate, as she now has become a servant to hell for the rest of her existence. Not only would Ulamir be driven by vengeance in this DLC, but also duty undone. That or the witch is the wretch who shall not be named, the demon that made the Doomslayer's praetor suit. Ooh. In the ending sequence of the Dark Ages, we can see King Novik is beginning to doubt if their allegiance with the Khan Maker was not only legitimate, but also in the best interest of their people, stating that they, the Knight Sentinels, will move forward with their own Inquisition. This, and the fact that they later found that the Khan Maker struck a deal with the Archdemons, will kickstart a civil war within the Sentinel Empire. King Novik and his fellow Knight Sentinels against the heretics who side with the Makers. Yet, this corruption within the Sentinel Empire has already taken place, way before we played the Dark Ages.
Impossible.
If we take a look into the codex of the Acolyte, we can see that this cosmic monster was once a Sentinel priest, one that was corrupted by the eldritch touch of Ulamir, something that we know thanks to Doom Eternal is the beginning of the end. Gotta love humans and their susception to corruption. Yet, aside from the witch, the 6 archdemons, and the civil conflict within the Sentinel Empire, there's still the issue with Commander Veilen and his son Merrick. Like I said before, Doom the Dark Ages is filled with foreshadowing at every corner, and there are 2 scenes of the game that pretty much spoil what's ahead for these 2 characters. Those being how Azrak used a Sentinel's High Priest grief because of the death of his wife to gain access to the Heart of Argent, and how Veilen alongside Sentinel monks used dark magic to bring back Doomguy from the dead. These 2 scenes are pretty much the future of this father and son. happen. At some point in this never-ending conflict against Hell, Merrick will die. And if you know anything about Hell, is that whoever is killed by a demon marks his soul for eternal damnation, meaning that Merrick will never rest in peace.
Fuck.
And his whole existence post his death will be an eternity of suffering. Eventually, the grief, sorrow and pain would be too much for Veilen to handle, and in an attempt to give peace to Merrick's soul, he struck a deal with the archdemons, gave them access to the raid's celestial energy, and with the help of the corrupted Sentinel priests, trapped the last bastion of the Night Sentinels on Hell, including the Doomslayer, with no way of ever coming back. Yet, there's one pretty small issue surrounding this continuation of the Dark Age of Doom, it being that the game will only feature, apparently, one DLC for the campaign.
How can you do this? This is outrageous.
Well, that's what Google tells me. The issue here is that I have next to no idea how its software is going to tie all of those loose ends and give us a satisfying conclusion with just one DLC. Unless it includes 6 40-minute to 1 hour levels in it, and that would still be too little. The stuff we're about to play through is pretty much what defined the entire story, narrative and lore behind modern Doom. It's been with us since the codex of Doom 2016, and I do not want it to be rushed because there's only one DLC planned. I mean, Doom Eternal had 2 DLCs, and they were both included in the deluxe edition of the game. So either this means that the deluxe edition for the Dark Ages only includes 1 DLC and another one will come out eventually, or that this is truly what's going to happen. Either way, Hugo, if you're watching this, just leave a happy face on the comments to calm us all down. Please, por favor, cabrón.
This is your responsibility.
But anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and if you did, do not forget to leave a huge like, a comment for the algorithm gods, and use code MIDNIGHT on GamerSubs. Have an awesome day, my friends, and stay safe. Adios. Bye.